lineage of the amp goes back to the half and half, which was a hybrid tube and Class D amplifier that I marketed for steel guitar players. And then I decided that I really wanted to do a guitar version of it. And in 2017, we came out with the amp, which was a full-featured guitar amplifier in a pedal form factor. And that had reverb and tremolo effects and a 12AX7 preamp tube and a 50-watt Class D power amplifier. And we added a headphone output and a direct output over XLR and some other features to make it kind of like the ultimate Swiss Army knife. The Amp 100 came to be because we got a lot of feedback from users, and the most requested thing was the ability to have more power. We kept pretty much everything the same. The preamp is the same, all the outputs, the universal power, the headphones, and then the other requested thing was to have an internal boost. So for people switching instruments or if people wanted more gain. And also we added a second control for the reverb so that you can adjust the length of the reverb decay. I wanted it to sound a lot like the reverb in my other amplifiers, the all-tube amplifiers, specifically the Kramer model, and made sure that the digital recreation of that reverb was as accurate as possible to the tube-driven spring tanks. So the boost functionality in the Amp 100 is kind of unique because I didn't want to put the boost ahead of the preamp tube because I wanted the player to still have the interaction between the guitar pickup and the first preamp tube stage. So we actually put it in between the two halves of the 12AX7. So you can use the internal boost to drive the second half of the tube into saturation and get some great overdrive tones. But you can also just use it as a kind of like EQ enhancer, always on sound. Because the boost stage is actually after the first tryout stage, you can still get the effects and benefits of using effects pedals, and then you can boost it again and overdrive the second stage, and you can get into some pretty thick overdrive by doing that. I like all the Milkman amplifiers. These are made in the United States and California. Most of the parts, as much as we can get, we get from US suppliers. I think the Amp 100 is useful for all kinds of players. I think for people who are playing on a larger stage and have like a 412 behind them and want to move a lot of air. People like me that switch between pedal steel and guitar. Bass players always want more power. Guys who want amp overdrive, especially in the headphones and out of the direct out, are going to really like it.